This old thing, which I don't check in on too often, is on 31st Street in Astoria, outside of Titan Food, or I should say the late great Titan. They finally closed up shop, and they say that some kind of compound is going to be built on this spot. So I guess that means they're going to tear the building down, and this is almost certainly going to go with it. It would be kind of awesome if it survived, but I don't see how. This was the first place I bought Fahi yogurt. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's spelled phage to Americans, F-A-G-E. I put this thing through a translator. It was actually pretty cool. The Google Lens app, you just point your camera at it and it replaces the Greek with English, and it looked pretty, like a pretty good translation. And this is going to be gone soon too. I'm surprised this is still here. The GAK geeks, or I don't mean anything by that, but just that it sounds good. They hijacked this magazine stand. And it's just covers, but you get the idea. KEST GAK, if you're not in New York, you see the KEST GAK stuff absolutely everywhere. Sometimes they seem to be so prevalent, I'm surprised I haven't seen them in my living room. Anyway, this magazine rack has been abandoned for a long time. Years now. But casual passersby might be fooled into thinking otherwise, without taking a look at what these really are. This is something you never saw, or at least not much, in the payphone world. A notification that they were going to be removing the payphone. They're doing it for a couple of these USPS drop boxes. Going to be removed November 16th, and they're going to leave this one. But well, that's just interesting. The only time I ever saw payphones that announced to their customers that they were going to be removing them was at the Port Authority, and maybe at the airports too. If the same company operated those, they probably would have done it. Yeah, here's another one. I don't remember if I ever posted this one here, but there used to be a payphone here. I don't remember it at all, but obviously this is the telltale remains. Maybe that black wire is the landline, or maybe not, I don't know. But this is like right next door to the front door of an apartment building. This was a candidate for the Talk to Me thing, because it would been pretty easy to set up shop here. Just drop the phone in and put the panel up on this abandoned shed. But aside from that, it was kind of an asshole location for this. It didn't make the cut. This is Hoyt Avenue, 29th Street, I think. Yeah. Maybe I'll Street View this and see if there ever was a payphone on this, like in the Street View era, or if it like disappeared long ago. I know there used to be a sign overhead, one of those blue phone signs. In fact, I think I sold it on eBay for $25, but that sign's gone, obviously, because I stole it. It was long ago, enough years ago now that it doesn't matter. I kind of can't believe that this old telephone exchange name number is still here. That's Astoria 45500. And this used to be, I forget what it was called now, but it was a realty place, and it had been here a very long time. Was it called Millionaire Realty, or you can sort of see the MIL, Millennium Millionaire, or I don't remember. You can see Realty, or most of it. I think for a while they had turned this into a clothing shop, or they were intending to, but I don't think it ever opened. And I don't know if you can see this, but all the clothes are on the floor now. But this is the sign that actually kicked off my enthusiasm for finding old telephone exchange name numbers that are still out there, like authentic relics from the earlier age of telephony. Operator, give me Astoria 45500. Yeah, here you can see, you can see a little better that somehow these clothes were on racks and somehow they ended up on the floor. Looks like maybe the ceiling partially collapsed too. And by the way, it's right next door to a sewing machine sales and repair shop, which has looks like Authentic Singer and other brands. Still, I don't think they're open for business anymore, but somebody ought to come do something with these. Look at this, they finally got rid of this one. It doesn't really leave much of a trace because it was completely bedded onto the ground. I don't think it had any left any footprint on the wall. I thought this one was never going to go away, but there it's gone. You can tell by that's the footprint of a payphone. And what is this anyway? It's Astoria Boulevard on 21st Street. There's it's the Astoria Flatiron Building, as it is sometimes called. And of course, this payphone was always shadowed by its replacement, the payphone of the future. That link machine was right behind it. I tried making a call on one of those things last week. It was just the most miserable failure of an experience ever. Now, this one was one of the very first candidates for Talk to Me. And if you don't remember what that was, it's this project that I was a part of where we took over old unused payphone locations like this one, plopped in a solar powered wirelessly connected payphone and set it up so that if you picked one of the phones up, it would ring the other ones. There were going to be phones throughout the 5 boroughs. And I don't know, I'm not going to comment on how it ultimately ended up, but this would have been a perfect candidate because you just drop the phone in and put the solar panel somewhere up there and you're good to go. But I don't know, I never quite understood the artist's definition of what made for a good location. But apparently this didn't make the cut. I think that's it. That's the last payphone vestige up in this part of Astoria. I know there's the phone booth at the funeral home, but I don't go in there anymore. Last time I was there, it just seemed inappropriate and disrespectful. There was a service going on in here. I'm digging around with an old phone booth. There may still be a rotary dial at the Kingpenny, but it was closed today. And I also know that there's a phone booth inside what's it called? Oh, Hanlon's. But it's going to take a lot to get me to enter that bar. But there is, as far as I know, there is still a phone booth with a working PTS phone in it at that bar.